Welcome back to the No Referees podcast. I'm your host, Evarist joining us today on another quarantine edition of our podcast. Please be sure to check us out on our social media pages at No Referees Pod and on our new YouTube channel, No Referees Podcast. Today's special guest is one of my Texas brothers who grew up on the seawall. You know what I'm saying? You can catch us in movies such as Men's Society, Thick and Steve.
Yes,
I also see him on the hit TV shows, The Bernie Mac Show, and of course, Martin. You can follow him on Twitter and Instagram at brubman_5. Hello? My man, my brother from the South, Reggie Ballard.
Hey,
what up, brother?
Hey, man, just chilling, bro. Just chilling, man. You know, trying to keep this corona up off of me, man. You know,
hey, man.
To get up off of me. I'm just trying to, get it in, man, because when they say we could go, baby, let me tell you something, boy. It's gonna be ready, set. I'm gonna be, boy, you don't understand.
You gonna be like Usain Bolt out the block.
Man, you ain't lying. I'm gonna be hitting spots. I ain't never hit before, man. I'm gonna be going in Mexican clubs. Man, I'm gonna be going in taquerias around this bad fella, man. I'm gonna be on, baby. I'm gonna be going to flower shops. Everywhere. This going places I ain't never been before, man.
When you make your trip back to Texas, we got some Texas staples, like Whataburger, what I'm saying, things of that nature. When I fly in, Bluebell ice cream.
Yeah.
So when you go home, what's one of the foods you eat as soon as you touch down?
I gotta get some barbecue, man. Texas barbecue, dude. I mean, don't nobody barbecue better than Texas. See, we smoke our meat, man. They grill they junk. They put they junk. See, fire don't touch our meat. Smoke cook it. That's what I like. I like when you soak your wood and your coals and you put it on and you put your meat on the other side and you let that smoke cook your meat. That's what I'm talking about. Anybody could grill. You could do that. You can grill in the house. If you ain't gonna come to Texas and find a barbecue pit with knobs on it. That's how you say Cali, man. I'm like, oh, that's a stove, man. You're cooking on the outside stove.
Hey, they be using propane out there. If you're using propane, you really ain't grilling.
You don't use no propane in no Texas, man. Use that pit, use that smoke, baby. Use that coal and that wood. That's how you do some meat. So
hey,
I get that. Yeah, man. I got to get my Whataburger. Got to get my Bluebell ice cream. I like the banana nut.
I'm a cookies and cream guy.
Oh yeah, I like that cookies and cream. I like it when it melt though. I like it a little soft. I don't like it real hard. Yeah, I like it. I like the scrape it soft. Yeah. That's good. Boy, that's Texas style there, dog.
Every time I go home, I'm from Arlington, so I get a DFW airport. As soon as I land, right there at that center port, right, we get off on like 360. There's a Whataburger right there. I go there every time before I go to my parents' house.
You ever been to Campese's Pizza out there?
I've heard about it, but I've never been to it.
Oh man, that was our SMU go-to right there. Man, they used to give us large pizzas for a nickel, man. They used to tell us, they say we can't give y'all no money and stuff. We can't give it to you for free because that's against the NCAA. So just give us a nickel. You get a big old pizza, dog. That's the best Egyptian style pizza, dude. Woo, they used to load it up. Oh man, that was heaven, dude.
We're gonna stay right there with sports. There's No Referees podcast. No rules, no text, no whistles. So we're gonna get into your sports background here in a second. But I want to know the very first time you got a flag thrown on you and you and the ref got into it.
I ain't never did that. I ain't never had. I don't even remember ever having a flag thrown on me, man. I ain't never gotten into the ref, man. And it's crazy because like on stage, I cuss on stage. I use profanity on stage. Mm-hmm. Off stage, my friends ain't never heard me cuss before. They be tripped when they come to my show. They say, man, we laughing this because you cussing. Because I always thought that if you cussing in the game to a ref, you're going to get penalized. So I made it my business not to do it in field and not to do it in life because, it's consequences coming cussing somebody out. People say, man, I cussed him out. Next thing you know, the one that said that, he got a big old black eye somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't do it, man. But I never got a penalty. I can't think. You know what? It's funny you asked me that because I thought about that one day. I was like, man, I don't never remember getting a penalty thrown on me, man.
As much hit stick used to put on them boys.
Never got a penalty, man. I used to hit legal. I used to know how to put it down. See, back in the day, we used to hit. It wasn't no, you know, you come across that middle, baby, you know, that's where the bullets fly. You could disappear in the middle of a zone. You know, come in the zone, the middle, I was middle linebacker. You come across that zone, you just known to disappear. Pop! And that was like, you get hooray, you hurrah. Now you get flag. Whoop. So my days, I probably would have got a lot of flag in this time of football. But my day, dog, that was a shoot. You got to stall your helmet for that gun. You know what I'm saying? Remember cats had stall?
Yeah, the little crossbow.
Yes, sir. Yeah. You got rewarded for that kind of hit.
Stay right there, bro. You from Galveston, bro. You know, I'm from Arlington. And I'm going to tell you, I ain't going to lie to you, bro. Only shit I knew about Galveston was two things. The Seawall, Kappa Beach Party. That was it.
And you know what? If you go on the Galveston app right now, you'll see that right now because it looked just like Kappa Beach Party right now. Tons of black people, man, in the spot. Just motorcycles, man. You know, the honeys is crazy, man.
So talk about growing up in Galveston, just what it's like, you know, Galveston being a separate part of like an island versus the rest of the state of Texas.
Man, it was, to me, my childhood was the best childhood I ever had, man. I can't say that, you know, I'm from the hood and the hood overrated, bro. I'm telling you. I had a nice childhood, man. You know, every time I'm talking about, you know, the hood rough, I used to go to the hood and beat the kids up in the hood and come back across the other side and spend their money going get some down laters. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, shoot, we used to, like say, man, go to the beach, ride our bikes. Man, it wasn't, that part of Texas was totally different from any other. We didn't have, you didn't see horses and, you know, country and all that. It was beach, palm trees, island. It was almost like, man, a crackhead Hawaii. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? It was a gangster's paradise. You know what I mean? We had beaches and palm trees, baby. It was nice. We had none of that country, ditches and all that kind of stuff like Lamarck in Texas City and all that kind of junk, man. It was nice. Everybody, Houston, they came down to Galveston if they wanted to go to the beach and have a good time, man. That's how we did it on the island. I don't understand why cats are trying to sell drugs on the island because all they got to do is close the bridge or the ferry and you can't get out. you gonna run. Yeah, you run right in that water. Raise your pants legs up so they don't get your pants wet. You only can go so far.
I remember the first time I came to Galveston, man, I was thinking I was going to roll up on, like you said, like Hawaii, you know, like Jamaican Beach. The water's going to be pristine, blue. Yeah, I came down there, man, that water was charcoal black like a bug.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you catch it blue. Like now is more, like when I've been home lately in the summer, man, it's more clearer now than it used to be. Okay. And I was surprised, man. I'm like, wow, you can see the fish actually running in the water now. You know what I'm saying?
Why was it so black like that back in the day?
I don't know, man. I mean, you know, my mama tell me now, she think they pouring tighty bowl in the water. I'm like, come on, man.
Let's stay right there at Galveston, man. Let's talk about football high school. You know what I'm saying? Y'all boys out there producing NFL players and
like
players left and right. Like they come out there like Skittles. You know what I'm saying? What's up?
Mike Evans, baby.
Mike Evans, David Jones, right, you know, these kind of guys, man. Yeah, Mike Evans putting y'all on the map right now. But y'all was doing it way back when. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had dudes.
Many people come through the NFL, man. And then, you know, Galveston, believe it or not, Galveston, my high school was like big in track and field, man. We like some of the fastest cats that ever came through this nation, man, have come through Galveston ball, man. We had cats like Derek Florence, you know, ran 10-1 in 100 meters, man, high school. You had Ellison Stinson, Vincent Currieville, all these cats was running like 10 flat, 10 ones, man. You know, and that's Olympic type time, you know, back in the day.
Right.
And they record still stands to this day, man. You know, so we had a lot of fast cats. Matter of fact, I was on the 4x4 relay my junior year, and we ran 3:10.3, if you know anything about track. And 3:10.3 is still in the top 10 Texas high school 4x4 relays of all time, man.
Wow.
Yeah, and that when we did that in '83, and cats still ain't running that fast to this day, dog.
That's when y'all was eating that real organic chicken. You know, not
You know what I'm saying?
chicken.
That's right. We was in that wild caught salmon.
that barnyard pimp.
You know what I'm saying? That's right, baby. That real catfish out there, boy.
So you like you said, you was a multi-sport athlete in high school. You end up playing college football. And before I get to your SMU day, because this is crazy. You know, I'm a sports fan. I'm a strength and conditioning coach in college right now. I've been a strength coach for the last 15 years. Worked in NBA, worked in college. And just to, you know, I watched your 30 for 30 that you guys had.
Yeah.
So before we get to that, I didn't know, because, you know, I grew up in the Big 12, you know what I'm saying, era and all that. I didn't know that the Southwest Conference had all the Texas schools in it back in the day.
Oh, yeah,
so
man.
You a Galveston guy. So how did you end up bypassing University of Houston, Texas A&M, UT Baylor, and then make your way all the way up to SMU? How did the other schools let you?
SMU was Southern Methodist. That's in Dallas.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, but Southwest Conference, you had all the other schools that was before, in your region, like before.
But at that time, man, SMU was ranked number 3 in the nation.
So you wanted to go. You wanted to go to the creme de la creme.
Yeah, man. And plus, when I first seen Eric Dickerson, man, my sophomore year, I went to Houston against SMU in Houston. Man, when I seen Dick run that ball, man, cold as he was. And cold the uniforms, look, man, they were saying SMU. Didn't get that pill. I said, man, I knew in I was going to SMU, dog. I was going to SMU. I'm having a pony on my head, baby. It's going to be. Then I went to visit. Man, they took me to my first strip club, dog, butt naked, sisters. I was like, dude, it was like Twilight Zone. I was like, man, I'm coming here, baby.
What other venues did you go on to besides SMU? Did you go anywhere else?
I went to A&M picked me up in the helicopter, man, on my practice field at our high school practice field. Flew me to A&M. I visited Houston, TCU, and University of Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
I hung out with Reggie White up there, man. Reggie White played.
How was that experience out there?
Man, that jump was cool, man. Reg was cool and fan, man. Cool and fan, man. And it was funny because I was sitting down, they was eating at the training table. And, man, they was passing around big old plates, man, filled up with steaks and stuff on it, man. I was like, wow. But when I went out there, man, I was flying out there. I ain't never been that far from home, right? So I landed in Pittsburgh first. And I called my grandmother. I say, Mama, guess where I am? She said, where? I said, I'm in Pittsburgh. She said, ooh, Reggie, that's too far. Come on home. She didn't even want me to go further, man. I said, come on home. And so I knew I wasn't going to go to Tennessee, man. They wanted me. And if they, Tennessee was going to pay for my girlfriend to go. They said, look, they was going to let me run track too. That's the only school who's going to let me run track and play football.
I'm a little biased because I'm a graduate of University of Houston. So when I heard and I saw the geography of the Southwest Conference, I was like, man, it's going to U of H, but I'm from Dallas, so yeah, SMU, Pony Express can't beat that, man.
Yeah, man, we was like, man, back in the day, we were dope, man. We were like, we represented the nation, man, not just the conference. I mean, we had lost my freshman year. I think we lost more games my freshman year than they lost in 4 years, man. We lost 2 games my freshman year, man. I think Eric Dickerson and them I think they may have lost 1 or 2 in 4 years. Man, we was balling. SMU was balling, dog. That's why they hit us with that penalty, because we was a small enough school to get hit and not affect, the NCAA, but it backfired on them because it ended up affecting the whole conference, man.
I watched the Pony Excess the other day when we first got in contact. I watched it a long time ago, but I had to go back and watch it again just to touch up on my history. And I wanted to see if I could see you in it anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think I saw you in one little spot, man, have some sweats on. I think
that was
okay.
That was
okay. I was looking hard. I was stopping the
that little spot. I was little.
So that time at SMU, like you said, with the Pony Express and all that situation going down, like I said a minute ago, I've been a college strength coach for 7-8 years, and I know a lot of stuff going behind the scenes that people don't talk about. Just take me through that time back then where basically y'all was on top of the world, and if it wasn't for Dale Hansen, who I grew up watching on sports, breaking that story, y'all would have had 2 or 3 national championships.
Exactly, man. Dale Hansen, he tricked them, man. He told him he was coming in to talk about the game, and he threw that letter on him, and everything went down from there, man. I mean, everybody, came around the school. That's when you see me coming. I was coming around school, and they had, man, it was like vultures, man. All the college, recruiters was there, man, to try to get everybody. Oh man, they had a field day, dog.
Hey, what's some of the pitches you was hearing? Like, give me some of the extravagant stuff that you was hearing. Like, man, we'll do this, we'll do that to get you. What was you hearing out there?
A&M asked me, they say, hey man, what 3 things you want to come here? I say, well, look, coach, I want to get a summer job. I want a guarantee that at least y'all will look at me, give me a chance to play, and so we kept talking, man. We talked for a long time, like he know me, you know what I'm saying? and then say, you never asked for that 3rd thing. I say, well, I don't know, man. I mean, I just want to play ball. Well, would you just name the thing you want? I said, I don't know, coach. He said, okay, look. He said, you want a car? I hey man, everybody want a car. Just tell me, man, what you want? You want a car? You want a car? I was like, wow, dog. So it's like they would give you whatever you want in order to come and play.
I know. I watched the documentary that you end up leaving. You end up transferring to Mizzou. Mizzou Tigers. Tell me about that experience. Bro.
Culture shock, man. It's funny, man. When I first went to SMU, I was Jerry Ball took me to Reggie Ballard house. Reggie Ballard was our running back, and Jerry Ball was our starting nose guard. So I asked Reggie, I said, hey man, y'all think we gonna go to a bowl? He said, what? He said, man, we gonna win the Southwest Conference, man. What you talking about? Go to a bowl. You finna get a ring, pup. They call you pup and you're a freshman. And they was that confident. Man, I went to Missouri, man. I said, hey, man, so what it's like? They say, hey, man, we might go to a bowl, man. Okay, Oklahoma going to beat us. Nebraska going to beat us. But we got a chance against I was like, it's totally different, dog. They knew the teams that was going to beat them. SMU automatically knew that we was going to win the conference, you know what I'm saying? It's totally different, man. And I was like, I had to change the attitude over there, man.
Right.
Like, wow, dog. I said, no. I mean, we had Baylor was our first game. And they were talking about how Baylor gonna be this and Baylor. I said, man, look, Baylor. I said, man, we beat Baylor when I was at SMU, man. Yeah, man. So after I got through doing a little pep talk, man, we beat the hell out of Baylor, man. I ended up starting after that because they didn't let me start at first, They had their boy already in there. I wouldn't even worry about that. I'm like, all right, after this game, that's gonna change. I was making tackles in the backfield, man. I had a fumble recovery. Next thing I know, man, dude ain't starting no more. But yeah, it was totally different, man. Coach, but that's where I started my theater background, man. Is that where I started at the end of SMU. So, but I continued at Missouri.
I remember reading you said you needed extra credits and all that kind of stuff. And you
exactly.
Took that
right.
to Mizzou. Yeah.
Right.
So talk to us about being, such the physicality part on the field, and then when you get into the theater rooms, then you have to switch it up.
Oh man, yeah, man. We balled out, man. I mean, I feel like I balled out until I just didn't like it no more, man. I fell in love with theater. with acting, and went doing that, man. And I just friend of my friends, she'd say, man, I can't believe I'm starting linebacker, man, going to theater classes, man. Now them same dudes be like, hey man, can you hook me up? Can you hook me up with something? I'm like, nah, dog, I put the work in. Now y'all want to reap the benefits, right? So, but I loved it, man. I mean, the first play I did in college was a soldier's play. I played C.J. Memphis, man, and had to do the guitar and the singing and all that. And man, we did it for eight nights in a row. Man, we had standing room only, and we got standing ovations every night, man. And my character excelled. They loved the character, man. So I told my friends, I said, man, I'm finna go to Hollywood and hang with Stallone and them. I said, the next time you see me, I'm gonna be on TV. Left, went to Hollywood. The first movie I did was Stallone. Next time I seen him, I was on TV. True story.
So growing up, did you ever feel like you wanted to be an actor? I mean, I think
yeah, I knew that.
Okay,
in the fourth grade, when I seen my first Bruce Lee movie, Return of the Dragon, I knew I wanted to be an actor, man.
I remember reading something that you said that you was really in love with the old black exploitation type movies.
Exploitation, baby.
So I got a question. For you. Here we go. Put you on the spot. Foxy Brown.
You can't beat me.
Jones.
No, both of them. Which one I like the best? I like both.
No,
I can't.
You got to choose one. If you had to choose one.
If I had to choose Cleopatra Jones and who, Foxy Brown?
Yeah,
the movie. The
movie. Yeah.
I would choose Cleopatra Jones, the movie, over Foxy Brown. Now I would probably choose Coffee over Cleopatra Jones.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I got one for you too. I know you a big Shaft guy.
Oh yes, sir.
This one right here gonna get you. All right. So we're gonna stay with the OG Shaft movie. If we had to choose one or the other, you taking the Richard Roundtree acting, or you taking the Isaac Hayes theme song?
Oh. I take just the theme song or the whole album?
No, I'm just saying, just because with Shaft, that's what you know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The theme song, then the Richard Roundtree part. For a long time when I was growing up, I thought Isaac Hayes was the Shaft, but it was just a theme song.
If you're gonna take the whole, if you take the whole Shaft acting, then you got to take the whole Isaac Hayes soundtrack.
Okay, all right. Well, you give me your answer. Which one you taking?
I take the whole soundtrack. Soundtrack is so dope, dog. I mean, Isaac Hayes is my favorite. Artist, man. Okay. I was just telling my wife that yesterday. I said, Isaac Hayes is my favorite artist. I mean, had to be stuck on the island. Give me Isaac Hayes, man. Isaac, man, that soundtrack, that Shaft soundtrack, dude. I mean, Bumpus Lament, Ellie's song for Ellie, something like that. What else? Every weekend that I'm on the road, I have a section on my playlist. Isaac Hayes, Barry White, and Curtis Mayfield. Those three I play on the plane.
So you ain't messing around with no Lil Uzi Vert, Migos, or nothing like that.
Come on, man. Come on, man. I do a real man music.
All right, hold on. Stay right there. You're a Texas guy. You got to give me one of your favorite Texas artists.
I just did. Barry White.
Barry White. Texas, okay, baby. Okay. Galveston, Texas. Okay, all right. So you buy it.
Barry in there, baby. Yes, sir. The maestro, please. Got to have the Barry, the big show you right.
So I've only been to LA a couple times, being from the South. I've been all over the world. I lived in China, I lived in New York, I lived everywhere. But I've only been to LA a couple times just for work. So you made that mass exodus to California. You mentioned culture shock a minute ago. Tell me what that culture shock was like when you first got to LA.
Oh man, it was crazy, man, because we came from Missouri, man, at that time. And me and my wife, we had all our stuff in the trunk of our little Nissan Sentra. And
you fit the Nissan Sentra back then?
Man, I was riding all the way like this, man. All the way from Missouri with our stuff in the back. I was like this all the way, but I was determined to make it. And we got there, man, had a wedding dress. all my videos from like college and, you know, clippings and all that stuff, pictures. And so we got to LA, man, and my aunt stayed right there by USC. And we like, wow, she must be balling. But USC is the hood.
Right.
We didn't know that. Coming from Texas, you thinking you said about university, you living good. Man, right. So my aunt told us, hey, y'all take all y'all stuff out and bring it upstairs. I said, okay, I get it tomorrow. Dude, tomorrow came, went down there to get my stuff. Everything was gone. My wife was in there, but they took my wife, my aunt told me, man, she say, boy, this is not Texas, boy. Take that stuff out the car. I'm like, oh, they ain't gonna get me, you know, that quick. And then they took everything except my picture. I had a big picture of my football picture, and then I had like a little air pellet gun and some more little stuff they didn't take. And I'm like, well, they got me. So I went down there later to get that out. I came back, that was gone.
Damn.
They got me twice, dog.
Yeah.
So that was our culture shock.
Wow.
Welcome to LA. And my cousin took me to an alley where they dump stuff that they don't want. And we went down there. We had a few things that we recovered, but man, they took her wedding dress, man, all that junk, dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's crazy. You must have them out of state plates, so they must see you coming.
They did. But the dude that did it, man, he dead.
Damn.
I don't know how he died, but he dead.
I wanted to make sure that athletes had access to a shooting machine that they could take anywhere. So I came up with the concept to fold it into a duffel bag. I ended up prototyping with my friend Xavier, welding our first prototypes in the garage. I made it for myself. I also made it for the millions of other athletes out there that are trying to reach their dreams and trying to make it out.
So when you get to Cali, you know, what's the, you know, you mentioned you having the first film, Sylvester Stallone. You know, you just walk around, like you don't have an agent. Like, how you making this shit happen when you get there?
Well, I had got an agent. You know, I had got an agent. But at that time, I was just like an extra, you know. Mm. And but then I had got an agent, and the agent started sending me on auditions, and they sent me on Martin. And you know, when I auditioned for that, you know, they wanted me to do something different. I did something different, and I got the part.
I know, growing up watching Martin, man, obviously we know people, especially my age, and I'm late 30s, you know, we used to watch that rerun after rerun after rerun. Right, and I knew the very first time you opened your mouth, like I knew you were from somewhere close to where I was from. And I really didn't see nobody on TV that had that swing, that swag, that twang that's like me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Stuff like bathroom and
damage
and like flow instead of floor, flow. You know what I'm saying? Like you were saying the same thing that I was saying. And I was like, I bet this dude, at that time I didn't, you know, we didn't have, you know, internet and all that kind of stuff. I just like, man, I knew this guy from somewhere where I'm from. Talk about some of the meetings you had, like, you know, I read some stuff you said a lot of it was improv, but you know, what's this like that tech? They couldn't write.
No, they couldn't write. You know, that type of slang, man, they used to write it regular, and I used to just break it down my way. And they liked it. They loved it. You know, they got the credit for it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, the things that I used to say, like the, you know, like say bathroom, you know, they couldn't write that, man. They didn't know that. You know, people from Texas knew what that was. You know, we know. Y'all come on out the bathroom, man.
So when you tell them these Texas words like bod and bathroom, like when you say it to them, they looking at you crazy, like what the hell you saying?
I know, I used to tell them, I say, now, man, I say sometimes, man, we drag our words, man. It's like, you know, some people say if it don't get done today, it get done tomorrow. I say, we'll say, yo, man, if it don't get done today, it get done tomorrow. You know, that's what we do, you know. We drag. My sister was good at that junk, man. My sister used to always, like, I'd be messing with my sister, man. She'd say, stop, boy. You know that, right? Yeah. That's my sister, man. Stop, boy.
Drag out for 2-3 seconds.
Yeah. Play too much. You know.
But there's one line that you say in your character that I think us as a culture you don't get enough credit for, because I know I say it every day. One phrase. Yo, what you doing? Nothing. Just chilling.
That's it.
Every day, everybody says it, and you know what I'm saying? It's a part of our normal conversation now.
Yeah, nothing. Just chilling. Yeah, that's it, man. That was it. It made the character a legend, man. Crazy, right?
One phrase, but out of all the phrases you got, like you said, bathroom. Another one like you say was came to bar your CD player. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? The bar was one, but nothing, just chilling. Man, people say it every day, man.
Yeah. It made it famous, man. And I, you know, I'm cool with it, because when people see me in the streets and they say, "Bruh, man, I don't get mad." You know, it's cool with me, because I know Jimmy Walker. You call him JJ, man. He want to fight. You know what I'm saying? But me, it's like, I love it, because it's like you could create something that people enjoy, man. And, you know, you made a mark in life, man. You know, that's rare, man. It's rare to do, man. You know, you should be able to embrace it and enjoy it, that people love something that you did. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel about it.
One thing I saw you interview, you said, you know, that everybody got a bruh man in their family. Everybody know a bruh man. Everybody got a brother or that auntie or that cousin or something like that come over.
No harm, but just be getting on your nerves all the time. Like, come on, man.
So most people don't know, as such an iconic character that you had, you was only on the show a limited number of shows. You know, I was talking to somebody last night and I was doing my research, and it was like, I just can't believe you was only on 12. Some places say 12, people say 13. You know, just a handful of shows, basically.
Right. That's it,
man. In that time frame when you went on the show, were you watching the show? Were you going on set, or was you a part of the show? Or were you doing other stuff?
Oh yeah, I used to watch it. I don't think I've ever been to the set that I didn't, if I wasn't on. I did on Bernie though. You know, Bernie. Like when Isaac Hayes was there, man, I had to go. I said, I'm coming to see you. I'm coming to meet Isaac. You know. And 12. What? 13.
I read 12. I read 13. I read both.
And like and 40 on Bernie.
What was one of your favorite Bruh Man episodes that you did?
My favorite Martin probably was the dream when he was dreaming, and they asked me if I had a dream about, you know, I said a dream I was going through when this fire escape. That episode.
So mine is actually, that's crazy you said that. Mine was the one where you was like at the dream, going to that house, and it was
that's it. That's the one.
That's my favorite one.
That's the one. That's the one.
And it wasn't open.
That's the one.
That was my
favorite. I love that one.
My favorite one when he came out the bathroom saying that old school Indian air freshener we had back in the day.
Yeah. I love that
one. Yeah, cool, man. All right, so most people don't know, like you mentioned, that you was on the Bernie Mac show, you know, for 40 episodes after that. You know, King of Comedy, one of my favorite things, and my favorite part of King of the Comedy is the Bernie Mac part. So let's talk about being around Bernie Mac every day, how funny he was. And I'm gonna say I like Bernie now because he kind of had that same kind of twang I had. He would say motherfucker instead
Right.
of mother. So that's why I like
Bernie knew that too. Bernie was like good at that. And let me tell you, man, working on Bernie was like, I tell people, man, I got my master's on Martin and my PhD on Bernie. Bernie was the coolest cat that you could ever meet. When he asked you how you doing, he meant how you doing. He knew what kind of movie deal you got. Bernie used to tell us stuff that was so funny that he didn't get a chance to do, you know, on stage. But Bernie used to, man, we used to be, man, and we were so good at what we did, you know, the fellas around the table. We were so good at it that we used to come there and we sit around the table and just talk and laugh, man, and tell jokes. And then they say action. We go right into the set. And then when they say cut, we go right back into what we were doing. It's like that's how good we had it, man. That's how well we had our, you know, the camaraderie and the, you know, the timing and the tempo down. Like when we had guest stars to come on and sit at the table with us, then it wasn't quite like that, you know. But like, say for instance, Sugar Shane Mosley came to that one time. Dude, all Sugar had to do was be himself. They wrote it for Sugar Shane. He had to be no actor. It was you. The character name is Sugar Shane Mosley, and you just act like Sugar Shane Mosley. Sugar had this one line, and he said, "Where you guys staying at the Mandalay Bay?" And Sugar was like, "Where you staying at the Mandalay Bay?" Man, we were like, what the hell is Sugar doing? And man, my man Mike Raff got mad at him, man. He said, come on, Sugar, it's you, man. I say, dude, you better be careful, nigga. That's still Sugar Shane now. He will knock you out. And Bernie messed with him because Bernie we all thought Sugar lost that first fight to De La Hoya. So Bernie was telling us, he said, I bet you I tell him. And we said, I don't think you ain't gonna tell him. So we talking, then Bernie bust out, Sugar, man, you know you lost that fight, man. Man, that's we sit down. We like, oh, I know he didn't say that.
But it was funny as hell.
The way he did it, it was hilarious. But Bernie used to tell us some stuff, man, that, oh man, he had stories, man. Stories all day.
Give me a Bernie Mac story that you ain't never told before. Give me some funny. I see some stuff that you just said, but I want to hear a Bernie Mac story that you ain't never told before.
Shoot, man. I think I told everything to Bernie, man. Bernie said I never told this one though. Bernie said he got beat up one time by this dude named Rayfield. He said, you ever get beat up so bad, man, that you just start telling the dude it's enough? He said, Rayfield, come on, man. It's enough, Rayfield. It's enough. I want no more Rayfield. I want. Man, the way he told it, I was laughing. My man, we was crying. He said Rayfield had him all in the corner, man. He's beating on him. Rayfield, that's enough, man.
Oh, God.
That boy, that's something else, man. Bernie was crazy as hell, man. He used to have us rolling, dude.
I know when I watch King of Comedy, man, DL and Steve Harvey and all them dudes is funny. But
Bernie
I ain't gonna lie, I can't
sing, man. You remember the Guess Who, the movie?
Yeah.
You remember at the end when he was singing?
Yeah, that was really him.
He thought he was cold, right? So he came back to the set. He said, dog, nah, man, that was all me, man. That was me, man. That was me. Nigga, my brother sung with the Shy Lights. I say, nigga, that's your brother sung with the Shy Lights. You didn't sing with the Shy Lights. I say, Bernie, you think that sounded good? Man, that was good. Man. I say, dog, man, stick what you're doing, dog. Make it comical, Bernie, because that joke was hilarious, man. He really thought that he was saying it cold like the Shy Lights, man, because his brother sung with the Shy Lights. Woo, that boy
got that in his DNA.
Yeah, exactly. Man, that was my man.
What is it like being you're so famous for Brubman, and you have such a longer career with Bernie's show than you did with Martin, because you have more, triple, quadruple episodes.
Right.
After that, is it hard to get work? Are you stereotyped as Brubman, or being how's that work?
It's funny, man. I've done a lot of dramatic stuff, man. People don't know, like NCIS. I did ER.
Crumbs.
I did Crumbs was a comedy. What else? Bones. A lot of dramatic type stuff, man. And it's funny, people just know me from the comedy stuff,
Right.
But and I get a lot of dramatic auditions, man. And that's what I like. I just like acting, man. I like doing. And I'm happy that I could do both. I could do dramatic and I can do comedy. So
when you came up in, like you said, you were trained in college, and you had that part. When did you find your niche that you was going to be more the comedic side?
Well, I think the first show that I did, the show called True Colors on Fox back in the day with Frankie Faison was in it, Nancy Walker, Claude Brooks, Adam Jeffries, and that show right there, man. I was supposed to do one episode, ended up doing 5 episodes, and
wow.
And they loved the character, man. People just called me Tyrell in the street back in the day, before Bart, before Brubman. So, I've been on a lot of shows, man, more than one time. I know that, I've been The Parkers more than once. Been on this show called The Show more than once. I've been on Built to Last more than once. I've been on, Martin Burney more than once. Crumbs more than once. So there's a lot of shows that they brought me back, So I guess, comedy, I guess I was doing something good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I saw something that you started off, that you did something in Houston at an open mic or something like that. You hosted something and somebody saw you in the crowd or something.
Yeah, that's the first comedy thing I did. J. Anthony Brown had a spot in Houston, hip hop comedy stop, and he asked me, can I go down there and host? And I'm like, yeah. So I went down there, man, told little jokes, it was cool.
And what was your first joke? What was that first joke you told?
Well, shoot, I don't even remember, man. It was like something like, I think I had roast jokes. Everybody had roast jokes. I think I said something like, man, I was at the hotel and they got me in this hotel full of roaches. I said that, man, I had used a roast fogger. The fog, the bomb, the hotel. I came back to the room. Roaches was running around in trench coats like they was in London from the fall.
The old cold, like London Fall. We ran back in the day.
London Fall. Yeah. That's like the first joke, man.
So, right now we got the whole Last Dance thing going on. That was the era where you was in the mix back there. I read some stuff that Tupac, Kobe, it's all, you in LA, so you're a Texas guy.
Yeah.
Tell me some of them times about some of the more famous people that you met during your, back in the hey day when you was just like, in the thick of things.
Man, I'm telling you, like the people that I worked with, man. I mean, I met Snoop, man. Me and Snoop cool. I know Snoop. Man, I worked with Cleavon Little. They say Nancy Walker. Some of these people you might not know, but they like big in the game back in the day.
Right.
Frankie Faison. Man, I worked with Richard Roundtree. I worked with Billy D. Williams. I worked with James Caan.
I like James Caan.
Yeah, man. Him and Brian song, man. I work with both of them dudes, man. Can you believe that?
Okay, yeah, wow.
Yeah, man. Fred Wilson, I met Jim Brown. They like my heroes. You know, back in the blaxploitation days, man. I met what's her name? LaWanda Page. Worked with her. Unasked. Yeah, man. Worked with me and Vivica did a play together. Vivica Fox. Man,
Working
man,
with everybody.
There's so many, dude. There's so many, man. That I met or either worked with. You know, I met Schwarzenegger one time. I was walking on the set on the lot, man. He was out there playing catch with his little kid and by his trailer. He had a big old 18-wheeler trailer full of weights, man. Weight room, yeah. Man, he like, how's it going? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Yeah, that was cool, you know. I should have stopped really talk to him, though. That's what I should have done.
Is anybody you saw that you was like starstruck about?
Yeah, man, Richard Roundtree.
Wow.
Shaft, man, when I seen him do it on the set, I wore my Shaft shirt to the set, man. And I took a picture with him with the shirt on, man. It was cool. I was like a groupie dude. I was like, yo, sign right here, man. He's like, man, let me sign on your titty, man. I said, oh, man, I don't mean it like that, man. So he signed my script for me, man. It was cool. I got it in my case right now. Yo. It was funny because the writer told me that another dude that was on the show was trying to get my autograph, and he said I was over there trying to get Richard Roundtree autograph. He said, man, you got a groupie on you, and you grouping on Richard Roundtree. That was crazy. And then, man, when I left the set, I'm driving off, man. He driving behind me, man. I'm nervous. He driving behind me for a long way, man. I'm nervous, man. I'm like, God, dog, man, Richard Roundtree behind me, man. And I turned the corner, and he blew at me, bump, and did like that. I was like, oh, nigga, Richie. That was cool, dog. That was cool, man. That was like a highlight right there. That was a highlight right
After Bernie, all these other shows, I read that you were embarking on a nationwide stand-up. How's that been going for you?
Been going well, man. I'm on hold almost every weekend until this virus hit. And so, that's what I'm doing now, man.
I got to ask you about one thing that I've seen on your Twitter page. The golf beef. Not the golf, the golf beef.
Oh, man. Shoot.
Hey, what happened to the golf beef, man? You gotta make that like a YouTube special or something. That's just funny, man.
We trying, man. We still at it, man. We still be getting it in, dude. I haven't played in a while, man. I've been having little health issues lately, man. I got the kidney situation, man, I'm dealing with right now. But, it is what it is.
Man, get healthy with that, man.
Yeah. But we still be playing, man. We still get out there, but we can't get out there now because all the golf courses closed. But we be taking that jump serious, boy.
Who was out of your group of comedians, the few you with, who was really good and who's really trash?
Man, we all pretty much the same, man. Like,
but you always talk about
trash. You got a couple trash players out there, man. I ain't gonna call them out, but we all play, man. All of us pretty good, man. All of us shoot in the 80s, man. Pretty much. You might have one or two cats, might hit a 78, 79, here and there. Like sometimes I play with Terrell Davis. He sometimes he might go 77, then he come back and go 95. You know what I'm saying? So but he's one of the better players. Got a dude named Raph Harris, man. Raph pretty good. But we all, anybody could beat anybody on any day.
Right.
That's how. Ain't nobody shooting no lights out. We got one or two cats, like dude named Charles. You don't even want to start thinking about betting with him. Because he'll take your whole money and your clothes. Charles shoot like 68, 67. We in the 60s. We ain't nowhere near the 60s, dog. We in our 80s. He beats us by 20 strokes. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of player this dude. He's a little short. I mean, little bitty skinny dude hit the ball 300 yards. So they go to show you ain't got to be no big dude to hit the ball far. You know what I'm saying?
So who you got? So you in LA? You know, I know you're a huge sports fan. You got the Chargers, you got the Rams, you got the Lakers, you got the Clippers. You know, you stick with the NBA. The NBA about to come back soon. Or, you know, they got LeBron versus Kawhi. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a LeBron fan all day, man.
So you riding with the Lakers on that for the
I'm
chip.
all day, baby. LeBron got a shoe. You seen this Martin edition?
Yeah, I seen it with the fifth flow
on it, baby. I've been a LeBron fan though, man.
Yeah. When you saw that,
my 5 players, he's one of my 5.
Okay. When you saw that LeBron fifth flow shoe, you know, did you ever be like, man?
That blew me away.
I
was out there we was out there filming one of the golf things, man. And dude, he texted me. He said, "You seen this shoe?" I said, "Nah, I thought he was playing." I said, "Man, nah." Then he showed me the shoe, man. And I couldn't believe it, man. It was cool. I'm like, that's cool in the mug. I mean, he had all Martin sayings on it. Then they had that one with me sticking out like that. That was dope.
That's fresh, bro. Yeah, I seen that. I saw it online. I was like, damn.
That was dope.
I thought LeBron may have sent you a pair.
Hey, I wish he would have. I got a pair though.
There you go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My Texas brother, I appreciate you coming on No Referees Podcast.
Thank you, dog.
Today, man, sharing some stories with a Texas brother, man, from
Yes,
football, from college to after and everything in between, man. So I appreciate you coming on. Everybody, please go follow Reggie on his social media pages. They're Brubman_5Flow. And that's my brother from Texas.
All right, homie.
Reggie Ballard. Thank you, brother.
All right, man. Be cool, man.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the No Referees Podcast. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button wherever you're listening to this show, and rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. And don't forget to follow us on social media @No Referees Pod. Till the next episode, we out.